Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Christ is in our midst. And with the feast, since it's All Saints of North America, St. Peter the Aleut, got this together. So some things I've been, and I do apologize, I've been dealing with cluster migraines, which is so much fun. Anyway, some things that have been bothering me this week in particular is, what is Christianity? We know it's the following of Christ, trying to adhere to his teachings. But what is true Christianity? It's not what we see on TV, absolutely not. And this is the part that's been bothering me. Is that when people explain what Christianity is or their points of view, it's full of anger. It's full of rage. It's full of my rights, my thing. Rah, 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 rah. And we see that. And that's not Christianity. Absolutely not. Christianity, and we see it through the North American saints, is love. Now, God, Christ, is concrete. We know this. And we need to be concrete. And we are. I believe in one God, the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth and all things visible and invisible. We say the creed every Sunday. There is being concrete. We also need to be fluid, because the Holy Spirit's not concrete. And what does it mean to be like this? Well, it's to listen, to pray, to love, not just because we have to, our little tiki boxes, as we see, when we become Orthodox. Are we becoming Orthodox for the glory of God and our salvation? Are we becoming Orthodox for our correctness? And what I mean by that is, are we doing it because we know better? Now I found the true faith. Now I'm better than you. And no, that's not it. It's the glory of God, not the glory of self, as some of you have heard me say. And we see that in the lives of the saints, of the North American saints. They weren't in people's faces. They didn't go door to door. They weren't full of rage or anything like this. They lived the Gospels. And this is how they evangelized. Yes, I know. Yes, you're so cute. And we see that. And this is what we need to do, is to clean ourselves, become, have a better relationship, or work on our relationship and further our relationship with Christ. Not for ticky boxes for us, for our salvation, for our love for each other. Christianity is not political. Unfortunately, life has made it political. Well, that's the world. And it really is not. As Christ says, give unto Caesar what is Caesar. So you give the world what's the world's. But the rest of it is Christ, is God. And we need to follow that, as hard as it is, what Christianity actually is. It is a life of servitude. It is a life of prayer. It's a life of love, forgiveness. And we saw that with all the saints. That's what they did. I did not come to serve, but to be. I did not come to be served, but to serve. Just because I'm a priest doesn't mean you all don't get to serve. So this is what it means to be Christian. What Christianity is. As hard as it is to be Christian in that crazy world outside those doors. To live a life of servitude, of love, patience. And I'm talking to me right now. Y'all just listening. And it's difficult, but it can be done. We have many accounts of this throughout Christianity, of lives of saints who have done all this. It's nothing new to us. We look around. But how did they get there? Well, they submitted themselves to be in the world, but not of the world. With our opinions, our understanding, with our misconceptions, with our conceptions, with our what is right and what is wrong. My rights, my rights. You've done wrong, and then we become that angry Christian. No, you can't be like that. Is what I can do for you. How can I love you? How can I pray for you? How can I pray for me? How can I forgive you and ask your forgiveness? Well, through Christ, this is what we do. So as we go forward today, turn the news off. That might be helpful. It's just praying for discernment, praying for peace, praying for yourselves, that we can be like Holy Martyr Peter, who at a very young age had this firm belief that, no, I'm an Orthodox Christian. You ain't changing my mind. Do what you need to do. But this is who I am. And then we have St. Herman and St. Innocent, who just, especially St. Herman, who just led the life of the Gospels. That's it. St. Innocent, when you go around kayaking to see families, and I get annoyed when I have to walk, to see families and to bless and to baptize and to hear communion, give communion.